with all of these people so they can see it. Making people
How my stuff live?
layers. What's up? What's up, everybody? Trying to get this done. And are we on the air? Yes, we're on air, honey. All right. I'm just making everybody my close friends. The comments on here is so fun. Oh, on the comments on the website. I bet. I remember one time I saw a bunch of black people in a parking lot run into their cars. Me and my boyfriend, without hesitation, ran to the car and pulled out. Until this day, I don't know what was happening, and that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to, I'm out. Yes, honey. We out of this place. I think I got everything now. I'm done. Okay, done. All right. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do.
I'm surprised you did.
You did, yeah. You did that
More
one.
power to you.
Lovely personality.
I love your personality. I think it made it 700 now. So we just got to make sure we get 700. Topic ADHD in a man's life. Call in name. Call in number 404-457-9923. All right, let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Okay.
It's okay. Just get it. Just scoot in just a little bit.
Oh, scoot in.
Yeah, scoot into it. Yes, y'all. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Shea freshen is good. Ooh, I do not like that glare of that light, but there's nothing that we can do. Ow. Hello, everybody. I know it's a little touchy and clicking. So good. I don't know why I'm dancing. I'm just happy. Like, I'm just happy I got Jay Brush in the building. So we about to go ahead and start this show. Okay. What's up, y'all? How you doing out there? You doing good? I'm doing amazing. No, let me stop. What's I cannot. Yeah, I do. I'm so happy. Like, I'm happy for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just I got good people in this room, people that I love, and it's just a really good. So anyway, let me get this together. Okay. As the word says, of Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and all things get understanding. Welcome to Logical Promotions. I am Toya V. And I'm Brie Badu. And the man of the hour is
Jay Fresh.
Yay, Jay Fresh in the building. I'm just so happy that you're here.
It's been a while.
It's been like, yeah. It's been Christmas. Well, to do podcasting, it's been like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I stopped podcasting for like 2 years. So I haven't seen you in like far as podcasting wise, like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. The last time he signed this wall was 12/20/21. So we've been in the building for a long time, long time. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Let's go see the topic. Sorry if you can't see it, but let's go see the topic that he picked.
Lovely personality.
Thanks, it's yours.
What?
I borrowed it temporarily
You're borrowing my personality.
because I have a deep-rooted fear that my real personality is not socially acceptable.
What do you mean acceptable?
Likeable, not annoying, not too much.
So you just copy people?
Copy. It's more like I sync up with them for safety. It's like Bluetooth pairing.
So you got social Bluetooth.
Yeah, and it auto connects to whoever seems the most confident.
Why is that?
Because ADHD comes with years of being told that you're too loud, too much, too messy. So you learn that if you match the other person, you won't get rejected.
So you mirror people and they like you because they see themselves.
Yeah, but it's not the real me, is it?
I mean, the real you deserves to be seen and known as well.
Yeah, but because I've been doing this all my life, I don't even know who the real me is.
Okay. So let me know what you why you picked this topic.
I think there needs to be some awareness when it comes to ADHD in general.
Okay.
A lot of people feel like it's one of those things where people just can't focus, but it's more than just focusing. It's the epitome of having too many tabs in your head.
Right.
Too many tabs in your head, and then when you finally focus on one tab, you don't want to lose the focus. It's more about hyper focusing than it is about not focusing at all.
Mm.
I feel like this is a huge stigma for people who have ADHD, especially in men, because people just don't understand where they come from. They just feel like, oh, that's just an excuse, or oh, you just grew up with distractions, or you just grew up where you just needed a belt, or whatever the case may be. I feel like it's gotten more. There's more awareness now about exactly what it is as far as mental health, because a lot of people don't realize that it's one of those things that can really mess with somebody's mind who has
Right.
ADHD. There's constant blowups, and people don't know where the blowups come from, and it's really because, especially when you change things at the last minute, it's really because they've literally rehearsed the whole thing in their mind. They've done everything that they could do in their mind.
Right.
And then you changed it last minute. And so it's just like, but I've already done this. I've already been through this. Why did you change it?
Right.
And so then there's blow ups, there's a whole bunch of things that happen. And so I just wanted to bring more awareness to the viewers on logic over emotions, just so that way they could have a better understanding.
Okay. Because that was a lot. Let's go ahead and unpack that. So when we're talking about a man day to day, what do you feel like is one of the things that he automatically thinks about when he wakes up?
Not failing. Not failing. Like, that's just a normal thing that men go through. Just not failing at what you set out to do. If you had a goal that you wanted to achieve, that's what you want to achieve, whether it be making sure that your family eat, making sure that you put food on the table, making sure that your life basically has a purpose.
Right.
That's one of the things that men normally go through, making sure that they're looked at as men. Of course, there's also the stigma that you can't, show emotion as a man. But if you have, like, let's say, a good therapist, then that's a way that you can, get that emotion out. I feel like when you add ADHD, you have a goal that you set out, and then you get task paralysis. So task paralysis is basically, you know what you want to do, you see it in front of your face, and you do nothing.
I think I'd be having that sometimes.
I know I have
you. I ain't gonna hold you. But one thing that we did not do before this is, what does ADHD mean?
Attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Okay. For those that don't know in the back. Okay. So task paralysis. Let's talk about that.
So task paralysis, like I said, let's say you have to go to the store, right? And you have to go to the store probably before 3:00. So here it is, 2:00. You're dressed, you're ready, and you see this episode that's on. And you're like, okay, let me just get 5 minutes of this episode,
Ah, man.
and I'll just sit here and watch. And the next thing you know, a whole hour is gone by. You look at your watch and it's 3:00.
Right.
And you were supposed to do this before 3:00.
Right.
And so now you have no choice but to go to the store. And now all of your stuff is delayed by like how many minutes you decided to sit down and watch the TV.
Right.
So that's task paralysis. Or if laundry, for example, you had to do the laundry today, so you got the laundry out of the dryer, you put the basket down, you know you're supposed to fold, but you just sit there and stare at it. It's like 3 hours. And then you
Man.
grab your phone, you scroll on your phone, and then the whole day is done,
You're like,
and you still haven't folded any laundry.
Lord Jesus.
And for the next 3 weeks, you living out your clothes hamper.
And so it's like you doing that task paralysis is not just for like household items. This is stuff that you have to do for work. So like
You're talking to me.
this stuff you have to do for work. This is stuff you have to do for school. Like, okay, I'm going back to school for digital cinematography. I know that my classwork is due on Sunday at 11:59, right? Which means I have a whole week to do it. It's not required for me to go to any lectures. It's not required for me to do anything but do the task, which means I could get it done on Monday and just wait till Sunday.
Right.
What do? I stare at the screen and decide to do something else on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and here comes Sunday. Oh, I still have homework.
His bestie. If you're listening, I'm talking about you.
Yep. So yeah, that's
Damn.
task paralysis. That's task paralysis. Then there's also dopamine fixes.
Okay,
So-
explain what dopamine fixes.
So ADHD means that you have a deficiency in dopamine, which basically means you're finding any and everything to have dopamine in your body. Dopamine is basically a natural thing that normal people or people who have divergent minds naturally get. They get the dopamine, whether it's from watching TV, we as neurodivergents, we don't necessarily have the dopamine as much. So that means you're constantly trying to find it, which means you'll either be like tapping on the desk, rubbing your clothes, bouncing, something just so you can find the dopamine fix. Sometimes you'll find yourself pacing just because you're just like, if you're on the phone,
So
and
that's
you get
people who
bored,
like tap their leg like that. Oh,
because
I
you're
do
in a
that sometimes.
constant state of anxiety. You're in a constant state of
But
anxiety.
girl, you need to get it together up in
Okay,
there.
where can I purchase some of this dopamine? Do they have that at Walmart or Amazon? Because
Man,
I
they
don't know,
if
girl.
they
or
have
maybe
it
she
now,
got it.
it's now like it's easier to get dopamine than it was when I was growing up. Like you can just scroll. Dopamine is easier to find on YouTube, Instagram, and social media because it's a constant
Stroll.
just scroll. You can spend hours on just finding, because that's a quick fix. I know some people before the social media era, some people found dopamine in sex. So they would be constant people who would just have sex for no reason, and you would have no reason why they were doing it. It was really just so they could get the dopamine fix.
Right.
And they probably would have it like 3 or 4 times a day, not realizing that there was just a deficiency in their brain. And then there's also body doubling, which a lot of people do this now. It wasn't so common back then. It's basically where you have a task to do, you're doing your task, but you want somebody beside you. You don't want them doing the task with you. You just want them beside you. So they could be doing their own specific thing. But as long as they're beside you, they're body doubling. So they're working on their task or working on mine. And then I feel like I'm getting things done because they're there. They don't have to do anything
Right.
near me. They don't even have to interact with me. They don't even have to talk to me.
So is that why like some women are like, you don't have to be doing the same thing. I just want you in the room.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to be doing the same thing, or I just want you in the house. Like
Yeah, that's called body doubling. Yeah, it's body doubling. And then it doesn't even have to be
get him a dance.
nowadays. It doesn't even have to be.
If you can hear it, no, you can't.
No, still.
No.
Oh well. Nowadays, it doesn't even have to be in person anymore.
Yeah.
Nowadays, all you have to do is put them on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And so now you have them on FaceTime. You go over there, and then you go clean dishes. You go do. But the fact that you can hear that they're still there.
That's why you be double body doubling me.
Yeah, body double.
Me? Yeah, 'cause remember he was getting dressed. Y'all was on FaceTime and he was getting dressed. He was like, "Look, what am I look my outfit?" I know you didn't. Right. I just
That was an outfit check. But I know my cousin all the time, like we won't even be talking. Like she sent me like 2 TikToks about that like a week or so ago.
Yeah, it's body doubling. So you're still in that because that person's there, it makes you get on task. Because if the person wasn't there, you'd be back in task paralysis. So
Because if nobody sees it, did it actually happen?
exactly. So you're in a constant state of performance, which means you have to perform in order to get things done versus you being yourself trying to get things done. And that's why I sent the video, because even in the video where you're like doubling somebody's personality, where this person could be whatever inspires you, that's what you body double. It has to be something interesting in order for you to, not body double. That's where you duplicate the personality or borrow the personality. If it's not interesting, you're not going to duplicate it.
Oh, is that why like when I hear my auntie talk, I started talking like her?
Yeah. So like it could be a British person. And I'm only saying that because that's the most exaggerant. It could be a British person, but because it's so interesting and you like the way that they talk, you start talking like them.
I love a good British accent or Irish one. Oh my goodness! Like on Bridgerton, I be like, I love the way
you start talking like them, and then next thing you know, you end up doing the same things that they're doing involuntarily, just so you can match somewhat of what their personality is. This could be your first time meeting them, but you're somewhat trying to figure out how you can duplicate their personality so that way they can stay in your life as much as possible.
Oh, wow.
Because if you show them your actual self, you feel like you'll chase them away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm learning to just be myself, because if I'm not your cup of tea, I'm just not a cup of tea. And it's okay, honey. It's okay.
That's a whole process. That's a whole process of learning.
Yeah, I'm learning that. That's hard. I'm learning that like now, like when I date on my the first date, I'll just do something random that I normally do. And if they stay, it's okay. Like one date I went on, I was like, we were outside and I was like, I'm singing in the rain. He looked at me and he was just like, you are so beautiful. I'm like, so cool. He like goofiness, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be goofy when I start the show anyway.
That's actually called stimming.
What is that?
Stimming. So
learn a lot of new words today.
Yes.
Stimming is when we used to call it when you're just being weird. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily weird. Like you'll just sing random songs that you heard from whatever TV show or whatever it is. I keep dropping these. Whatever TV show or whatever it is that you heard, if it reminds you of it, like whatever in life, if it reminds you of the TV show, then you're just going to quote it. You have to quote it.
Mm-hmm. I would just use it. Right. But I'm saying I won't necessarily say that, but I'm saying I will show my lively creative self that I used to tame. And then once I felt like, okay, I can be me, then I would let the goofiness.
Then you let it out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now I
That's
like.
because you feel comfortable in showing what your stimming is. Like, for 90s babies, stimming is quoting TV shows that nobody else would remember.
Mhm.
So, like, if you said an inappropriate joke, we'd say, that's what she said. But if it's a millennial or not, is it not millennial, Gen Z or somebody else, alpha, they won't understand what you're talking about.
Alpha. That's a new one.
That's the babies that are born now.
Boomers. There's alpha, boomer, and then Gen Z.
No. Boomers are
The older ones.
Boomers are parents.
So it's boomers, Generation X, millennials, then it's Gen Z, and then it's
alpha is now.
Yes. So their
Jeez.
child was born like my niece. She's a alpha. She's a alpha.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah,
You can look it up.
I believe you.
Or to get it together. I don't know what's alpha, but yeah, the ones that are being born now, I think, are the ones.
So it's just like the post-COVID babies.
Yeah, the ninjas.
They different.
Yeah, they do.
yeah,
It's something in the wall.
They real
they
different.
are real different.
Mhm.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, that's stimming. Stimming it's something that mainly people with ADHD do it a whole lot more than other people.
I
But
think
they
have
do it they do it usually in the private of their home because they don't want people looking at them. It's usually, there's quotes, there's singing out loud, or humming out loud.
So I just did it when I said, "This is how we do it."
That's stimming.
Not this is how we do it, but
So you say I got 5.
I got 5 on it, and I don't smoke no weed.
Yep.
Dang, I do that at work.
Yep.
You know what's so crazy? I sing "I Like Big Butts" and I Cannot Lie at work, and because if I don't sing it, my coworkers are like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, something's wrong with you because they got used to your stimming. They've gotten used to your stimming.
Like I had to ask at our I'm sorry, I had to ask at our you know how like they make you take those sensitivity. So I asked, I said, if I sing "This is how I like big butts and I cannot lie" with a room of married men, is that sexual harassment?
Wow. No,
She's like, no, it's not. I said, oh, so when I came back into my hub, I said, guess what, y'all? I said, I like big butts and I cannot lie. And all of them just busted out laughing. So okay, okay. All right. So I stem all the time at work. Okay.
Stemming. So, and that's something that's I think one of the number one key factors of you really find it in ADHD, autism, or really autism type people. They'll stem all day long, and it just sounds like weird noises to normal people, but it's how they soothe themselves. It's how they basically operate in a sensory overload place. So sensory overload is basically when there's too many noises, too many people. Like a group of 3 is fine. But as soon as you get to like 5, hold on, player.
Yeah, I'm like that with noise. Like if we're in a room and like say like we're watching TV and then somebody come in here and they're like watching videos on their phone out loud and then somebody else walk in and they on speakerphone or something, I am like so overstimulated. Like I can't do this. I'm gonna be back. Like I'm gonna walk out or something because like that's just
it's too much. But at the same time, an ADHD person will watch a video over here and be doing work and not paying attention, but just using it as background noise because they cannot stand silence.
No, I can do that.
I do that.
I can do that.
Can't stand silence. Like at all. I'll be editing videos and I have to have something on. So I'll turn on, what is it, Gumball, or some kind of show that I've already seen before.
Right.
So that way I'm not missing anything. And just because I hear the noise, now I'm able to do whatever I need to do. And it's like the version of body doubling. It's just like the version of body doubling, just with TV or movies or whatever the case may be, because it helps you feel like somebody else is in the room helping you get things done.
So you think that's what people who have to sleep with TV on?
That sometimes a lot of people do this thing now where it's called white noise. White noise, I know we do that a lot. We'll just, if we really want to get deep sleep, and I'm talking about like deep sleep to where I don't care if the alarm comes on, I'm not waking up. We'll tell Alexa, go ahead and turn on rain noise. And then the rain noise will be on and I'm out. I'm out within like 5 minutes.
You don't think like they're secretly putting messages in the middle of the rain noise?
I just use my fan for
Fan noise?
Yeah, my fan is on like at nighttime. I don't care what it feels like outside.
Yeah, there's fan noise, there's the rain noise, there's
Ocean
lo-fi
sounds.
music, ocean sounds. Friend of mine has trained his kids to sleep to vacuum noise.
So he just leaves the vacuum on.
He found the loop on YouTube,
Oh,
vacuum, going back and forth for 3 hours.
wow.
And
Now, that's a different one.
as soon as they put it on, they are out. They are out. They have to have the vacuum noise to go to sleep. And then there's also airplane noise. Airplane noise that's a good one. I don't care if I just went to sleep on a plane. If I'm on the plane and we go back up, I'm out. I'm out because it resembles white noise. It resembles a white noise. So I could be like really energized and ready to go, but then as soon as we're up in the air, as soon as he says, "Hey, you can take your seatbelts off, we're at cruising altitude," I'm out.
Wow.
I'm out.
So that's okay, and that's listening challenges.
No, that's sensory. Listening challenges are where, let's say we're outside. Let's say we're outside and we're trying to have a conversation. People with ADHD cannot disassociate. Basically meaning, I hear the bird, I hear the wind, I hear the trees. I also hear the conversation happening over there, probably like a couple of blocks away. And then you're trying to have a conversation with me at the same time. And so it looks like I'm listening when I'm really trying to fight all the other noise that's going on. And so then you'll do the thing where you'll be talking for a long time, but it doesn't look like I'm listening. And then you'd be like, are you listening to me? And the only way that people with ADHD can combat that is basically say the last thing that you just said. So I heard the last thing you said before you asked me that question, but I was still battling all the other stuff. And so I have to be in like this room. It's perfect. It's perfect because there's no other noise or no kind of distractions. So it's easy for me to have a conversation. But if I'm in the airport,
it's a wrap.
If I'm at an airport, forget it. If I'm at a restaurant and I'm listening to whatever drama is happening in 3 and you're trying to ask me a serious question, I'm like, no. Listen to what's going on over there. They're about to go break up right now. But I can't, it's hard to disassociate between what's really important and what's not really important because you hear everything. It's like, and then it's hard because you're hyper focused on it.
Right.
You're hyper focused on it. So hyper focus basically means like, it doesn't matter if somebody disrupts you or says, hey, come look at this. You are you're locked in. And because it's so hard for you to lock into something, once you find something you're locked into, you want to stay there forever. And so then when somebody does disrupt you or take you away from it or whatever the case may be, you either get irritated or you get to the point where it's like you kind of tune them out So it looks like you're listening, but you're not really listening because you're hyper focused on what you're trying to hyper focus on.
Right.
And a lot of people with ADHD get bored easily. It doesn't matter if they're really good at it, they just get bored easily. So you'll have people with ADHD who's on the road and they're bored with driving on the road. So then they'll put their phone on like whatever stand and they'll try to watch a movie so they can get the dopamine to keep driving because they're bored. Or they'll be flipping through the phone. That's why most people who have ADHD, not all, but most, are really good texters and drivers because that's the dopamine fix that they need to keep driving.
What's crazy to me is it's like I know like people that have these traits that you're saying. Like it's not. I'm not talking about like just one person. Like I could literally like just okay. He said that this person does that, and then this person. Oh, she real good at texting and driving. You know what I'm saying? So like with that being said, like is it kind of like fair to say that
Everyone has ADHD.
everyone got some type of form of ADHD?
Some type of it was a real big insurgence of ADHD in the 90s.
Oh, they were trying to put everybody on what's it called?
Adderall, Ritalin. There was a real big surgence in the 90s of ADHD, which now there's a real big insurgence of autism. I don't know what it is, whether it's
because it's now if you're on the spectrum, everybody's on the spectrum. That's what they
so. But in the 90s, it was either you were on Ritalin, or if you were in an African American household, you were on the belt.
I would prefer the belt.
So you either were, if you were a white kid, you got Ritalin or Adderall. If you were a black kid, you got the belt.
I prefer the belt.
And so there's a lot of I've never been on medicine. I've been diagnosed, but I've never been on medicine. But there's a lot of people who were on the belt, specifically black people who were on the belt, who are now trying to face the struggle of going through what they didn't get to go through at a young age. And so that's why there's a huge ADHD binge that you'll see on Instagram. I think, what's his name? He was a British comedian that was on the Tonight Show. I cannot remember his name.
British comedian.
Trevor Noah left and is on a big, huge thing about ADHD right now and basically trying to combat it. I think you got a question.
Yeah, we do. So sidewaysradio.com says, do you think that ADHD and autism has anything to do with our diets?
It's a possibility. I thought for the longest time that the insurgence of autism that has happened now is from people who smoke weed. That's what I thought it was from. Because every person that I knew who smoked weed had a child who had autism. Every person I knew who smoked weed. And the people who did not smoke weed did not have a child with autism.
That's interesting.
It was the weirdest thing. It's just like, oh, they're getting married. Oh, they're weed heads. Autism.
So 1 plus 1 equals 2. Like,
oh, man, immaculate wedding. Yeah, they don't smoke. That's a healthy baby. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that autism isn't healthy. It is healthy. It's just a different way that the brain operates. I feel like, yes, there can be something about like diets, but I think it's more of a mental thing than it is like if you get a healthy diet, you won't be ADHD or autism anymore. I think it's more of a mental thing about how each and every person is created differently. And because they're created differently, they have to operate differently. This is why in schools now they have IEPs. When we were growing up, everybody had to be on either the Becca program or we had to learn the same thing as everybody else. And if you could not get on that program, you were in special classes. I didn't care if you were normal or not.
So he responded, he said, not weed, but maybe sugar.
Possibility. It's a possibility. I mean, I'd have to do more research on it. I don't know, but my parents weren't really on the sugar binge, except for my dad. But they weren't. My mom is real healthy. She don't even use salt in her food. So I wouldn't see how that
It
was.
could have been in our water.
It could be in the water.
You know what I
It could be in
said?
the water.
This is one thing that I was telling people. I was when I start seeing people saying like a group of people have an issue. I said it's okay. It's in their Similac. That's why they all ate because they're
There was
all.
a recall on Similac. There was a recall on Similac. It probably well was.
I was like, it's okay. It's in their Similac, and so because you know that's all the '80s babies. They look really good. I really think that it was in their Similac. Oh, and the Flintstone vitamins. See them '80s babies, they had the organic, the like not the
Flintstone
organic.
vitamins was the bomb.
And like when you said that, I automatically like tasted it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was like sweet cardboard,
Yeah.
right?
So
Right. And so what I realized is the people were like that was in the '80s, early '90s. They really look good for their age. So anywho, I'm sorry. That was about the sugar situation. But okay, so what's the last one?
the last one is you're constantly impulsive. So as an ADHD person, you're never satisfied with where you are. So you could be working at a job for 3 years and then instantly want a career change. And you've been there for years. You've been doing this for years. And you instantly want a career change because you don't feel like something else is going the way you want to. Or you could be constantly impulsive and you're spending. So you just got a purse and you've been rocking this purse. But then you just saw another purse that looked really good. So now you just impulsively spend. And so it's a lot of, I know for me, I have to have two of everything. I have to have two of everything.
My mom
Doesn't
has to
matter.
have two of
Yeah,
everything.
it doesn't matter what it is. I have to have two of everything. If I have this is the reason why I have two rings. I have to have two of everything. It just doesn't feel right if I don't have two of everything. I have two microphones. I have two cameras. I have two lights. Like I have to have two of everything because in my case specifically, if one fails, the other one is still here.
That's what my mom does. She said one on the shelf. She says one you're using and one on the shelf.
Because if one fails, I gotta have my backup. There's been too many cases where I was DJing somewhere and then I didn't have my backup because maybe I couldn't afford the backup or maybe I couldn't afford the specific thing. So I just went ahead and got it. What did he say? No.
First,
No.
he married.
He married.
He better not.
Actually, he
I do have
does.
two
Two
girls.
women yet.
I do have two girls.
He has a wife and a daughter.
I do have two girls, though. I do have two girls, and they're very different.
Taste of
Very
Joy.
different.
Taste of Joy got your back. Said,
Yeah.
nah, he's married. Seven City said, just responded. He said, or you're there in a room with everyone else and you completely zone out and visit another place mentally while everyone else sees it as a blank stare.
Yeah, that's disassociation. That's disassociation. Like you're supposed to be focused on this thing because but you're not necessarily interested in it. And so to you, it looks like you've zoned to other people, looks like they've just zoned out. They just went to a different world and really they're deep into their thoughts.
They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And then when they come back, it's like, oh, what? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm great. And then what you've done is not necessarily broke their concentration, but at the same time, you've broken their hyperfixation because they're hyper focused on whatever they were thinking about. And so it shocked them because they're like, oh, I'm back. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do that. I know one stimming thing that I do is I talk to myself a lot. So hey, I'm going to go do this today. I'm going to go do this. Oh, maybe that doesn't work. Maybe that does work. It's something I do all the time. Whenever I'm editing, whenever I'm working, Taste of Joy can say this. I'll ask questions and she'll answer the questions. And I'm like, I'm not talking to you. And she's like, well, who are you talking to?
Taste the Joy must be Mrs. J Fresh.
That's the wife. I figured that
Because she was like, nah, he married.
you better stand up, sis.
Facts. Yes.
Hello. Look, she said,
Yep.
real quick though.
Okay.
This podcast, Slashing Over Emotions, is sponsored by Patriot Soul, which is a faith-based company. They would like to remind you of Mark chapter 22, verses 37 through 39. To love God Almighty with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thank you,
That's a good one.
sponsor.
Patriot
Yes,
Soul.
a sponsor. All right, thank you, Patriot Soul. So now, those were 7 things that you spoke about.
Mhm.
Now let's go ahead and dive into how that affects men in their lives.
I feel like it affects men in their life
Mhm.
because if they don't know about it, they have a difficult time doing normal things.
Mhm.
So that would be to where, like, let's say dating, for example, right? So they're supposed to be dating this person and showing interest into this person, and then next thing you know, they don't text as much as they're supposed to,
Mhm.
or they don't, because they were doing it for 3 months. They're not calling as they used to. They're more on the game than they are talking to other people.
Mhm.
And it's really not the fact that they're not interested anymore. They're really just trying to find a dopamine fix because this has become a routine. And because it's become a routine, it's not
Right.
interesting anymore. Still love you, still want to talk to you, still want to do all the things that we're supposed to do. But at the same time, it's not, I don't have the same dopamine that I get from all these other things with you anymore. So we have to find other ways to keep it interesting. That's why we can't go to the same places all the time. Like, after a while, I can't go to the same Longhorns I went to last week. Go to another Longhorns, but it's got to be
It's
in
not
another place. You see what I'm saying? Like, it can't be the same one in Snellville for three times. I know the people now.
Oh my God, that's probably why I picked a different hot pot this time.
Oh, and just FYI, Longhorn just got their lamb chops back. They seasonal.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's so good.
I don't know. I'm just kind of burnt out.
They need to pay us before you give a commercial. Okay. It's terrible. Terrible. No, I'm just playing. So basically you feel like men should probably go to therapy or go get tested to see what type of ADHD, if they have ADHD,
If they have it,
so that they can govern themselves accordingly in
right,
their
so
lives.
they can see what's going on, because probably they don't understand. I know for me, I was diagnosed, but I didn't feel like I needed to get it, to get therapy or anything like that until I had my daughter.
Mhm.
There would be moments where, I'm focused and I'm hyper focused, but you have a child, so they're always, hey daddy, hey daddy. And one time she had said, hey daddy, can you fix something or can you help me with something? And I almost blew up. And she didn't do anything. So I had to remind myself, she didn't do anything. She's just being herself. But I had to figure out why am I flaring up on a child who has nothing to do with anything? So that's what made me try to figure out how I can maintain this.
Right.
So yeah, it's
when it when it starts to affect other innocent bystanders, basically, is when that aha.
Yeah. When it starts to affect people who have no idea why you're like this, or let's say it's your spouse or significant other, and you've been good this whole time, and then out of nowhere they flip the switch, and you're like, where is this coming from? That's another thing. When it starts to affect how you live, the people around you, your family, that's when I say, hey, go ahead.
Because you might be bipolar too.
Right. It doesn't hurt to help. Like, because you're constantly on edge. You're constantly in a state of anxiety because you always are afraid that something bad is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You never wake up and think, it's going to be a great day. Oh, wait, there's no gas in the tank. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't wake up at 7 o'clock like I was supposed to wake up. I woke up at 7:01. My whole day is going to be gone. What's going on? Oh, wait a minute. The TV's not working. Did I pay the bill? You know, all of those things are going on in your mind 5 minutes after you wake up. 5 minutes after you wake up. And so to kind of cope with that. And then there's also this thing where you'll have moments where you're up, and then you'll have extreme moments where you're low. And you have to catch those moments because in those moments,
Isn't that what bipolar is?
Sometimes because, like I said, we don't get dopamine like everybody else gets dopamine. So it's not necessarily our personality switch. It's more so, I still have the same personality. I'm just not moving today. I'm just not doing anything today. And that's the extreme low. Like, I know I have 50 things to do. And it goes into the task paralysis where we'll just sit here.
Oh my God, I did that today.
We'll just sit here. And
task paralysis.
We have so many things that we need to do, but because we're either not necessarily burnt out, but because we are on an extreme low of dopamine, we not moving.
So let me ask, like, you don't have to answer if you don't, because I have a follow-up question to it. Like, so if you're diagnosed with ADHD, are you on medication for it? So without being on medication for ADHD, like, how do you like battle it? Like when you're feeling the I guess quote unquote symptoms. Like
To-do list really help, but you have to do the to-do list the day before. You can't do it the day of because you don't know what your day is going to look like. So if you say, let's say I got to go to the store, I got to go do this, and I got to go do that. The 3 things, I have to write those down. It could be physically or digitally, and I have to put those in my to-do list. And then the checking off of things is the dopamine. So that gets me my dopamine fix because I've accomplished something. And usually with people with ADHD, we try to do big goals. So I'm not going to stop or check this off if it's a small goal. It has to be big. And we have to remind ourselves that even a small accomplishment is a big accomplishment. So if I woke up and got out of bed, check. That's the dopamine fix. Okay, I'm getting the things done. Okay, I brush my teeth. Check. Okay, I'm getting everything that I need to get and put on my to-do list, whether it's big or small. I edited a video. Check. And try, and that keeps you on task. But at the same time, you still have to take some kind of break. And if you do get distracted, do not
meltdown.
Not necessarily meltdown, but like
get discouraged.
Beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up about it because it happens. It's part of the nature of who you are. As long as you can get back on task and check it off, you're good to go.
Go ahead. No, you go. I was laughing because we said,
yeah. Okay. So, so when a man, so you said previously, you said one of the first thing men probably thinks of is, am I gonna mess up today? No, am I gonna fail?
Well,
try not to fail.
Try not to fail. Any men that are watching right now on YouTube or Instagram, can you relate to when you wake up? What are the first things that pop up in your head so that he can cover those?
Because we're just trying to survive the day. is really all we're trying to do is just survive the day. It's not necessarily like you're constantly beat up by everybody
Mhm.
in your life,
Okay.
regardless of whether they think they're doing it or not. There was a Pastor Keon. He was talking about how everything in life is opposite of what's scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Women first, women and children first. When you go to the altar, the man waits for the woman. You open the door for the woman. You pull the seat out for the woman. That's being a gentleman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's opposite from what scripture is.
Mm-hmm.
Because scripture basically says that he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. It also says that you're supposed to love each other like Christ loved the church. And we're waiting on Jesus. So that means we're the bride as the church. When have you seen a bride stand at the altar waiting for the groom? So with that being said, every man is last. I don't care if it's a boy. I don't care if it's a teenager. I don't care if it's a man. He's last in everything. You have to think about what you need for yourself is always last. You have to think of what you have for your daughter. You have to think of what you have for your wife. You have to think of what you have for your family. Even spending wise, you have to make sure that the bills are taken care of before you even try to do anything small for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you are married, then the small little times that you do have for yourself, you have to share it with your wife. Because you have to share it with your wife, that means that you probably only have an hour or two to yourself. Probably an hour or two before you have to go to sleep. And sometimes, and this is just women like to do pillow talk.
Mm-hmm.
So now you don't even get that hour.
So is that why men have like their own man caves and stuff like that?
Yeah, so that way we can have a moment to ourselves. We can have a moment without the kids. We can have a moment without the wife asking us. That's why usually sometimes they'll be
I got you.
She's the moderator.
I'm sorry, distracted. See? Distracted.
Laughing in living color. Okay, so since you brought attention to it, I was gonna let you finish.
Your statement.
Seven City said that I used to wake up trying to fix what's wrong, whatever it is. Now I wake up with gratitude, knowing everything is going to go right. I do my best to live in it. Black men are taught early that scarcity and lack is for us while attempting to provide abundance for everyone else. And then Taste of Joy says that she said stay focused.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to stay focused.
He stopped in his mid-sentence.
Right. Because that's the dopamine. That's the dopamine.
But what's so crazy?
The comments are here.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like people are engaged. But if you like actually want to talk to Jay Fresh or have really something to share with us about your perspective about ADHD and men, you can call 404-457-9923. It's also in the pinned comment. Again, it's 404-457-9923. If you would like to share any of your experiences about what's going on in the conversation. So getting back to that, you said men do need man caves or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about like when because there was this thing I saw on Instagram, and he was what just happened?
Oh no, my phone just
right.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. And then it's the way he did it. But he was just like, he had told his wife that when I get home, give me 30 minutes to an hour.
The disassociation. There has to be a disassociation. There
Or he'll
has to
sit
be.
in the car.
Sit in the car. You'll get something like there has to be a break so you can go from work mode to family mode.
Mhm.
Because if you come straight from work and then go straight into the house, instantly your wife is asking for a break now because she's already had to deal with the child all day. So now she's asking for the break. She's asking for you to pick up the load. I saw a Instagram where it said, for married folks, if I'm at 90% and you're at 10, I have to pick up your other 90. So now I have to be at 180% while you're at your 10. And vice versa. If I'm at my 10, you have to have the 180. And so we have to, just so that way we can function together at it, whether it be through marriage, work, whatever it is, because we have our highs, we have our lows. So we have to be honest with our spouses to basically say, hey, I got 40% today. Or hey, I got 60% today. Do you mind coming up with the rest of it? And then if you do that, then I'll come with something else.
Right.
Or I'll do something special for you. We'll go somewhere. Or if you don't have a lunch, I'll take you out to lunch. Just so that way we can figure out what's going on with us. Because if we can't figure out what's going on with us, then nobody's happy.
Mhm.
There's always a saying, happy wife, happy life. I don't believe in that. I believe in happy spouse, happy house. Because it's not just the wife that has to be happy. It's also the husband that has to be happy. And if the husband ain't happy,
You ain't getting your nails done, baby. I'm just saying.
life ain't going the way you
It's
think
not
it's
going
going.
the way
Mm-mm.
it's not going the way it's supposed to.
I-
But so like okay, so back to that, he was just like he needed, he told his wife 30 minutes an hour, and she was just like, she at first she didn't understand, but he was just like, let's try it for 21 days. And she's like, okay. And he was like, she saw a whole different man. She said a whole different man. And she just like, she fell in, sorry. She fell in love with him again because it was like the world wasn't, she didn't, what'd she say? She said she didn't come when he got in. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? It was like, she's like, okay, I'm ready for her. I know she's coming at me, whatever like that. So when it came in, he was just like, greet me nicely when I come in the house and give me an hour. And she said that she has her life is so wonderful now that she lets her husband decompress when he gets home.
Because we're human beings. Like, let me ask you, when you get home, do you want to be met with a whole chore list? When you get home, do you want to be met with an argument? When you get home, do you want to be met with chaos happening in the house? No.
When I get home, I sit in my car and disassociate too.
Exactly. Nobody wants to feel
You don't
that.
even have to be anybody up there.
Right. Nobody wants to feel that way. Nobody wants to see chaos in their house. And your house is supposed to have peace. Like, the number one theme for my house for the past year and a half has been peace over everything. This is how we pick jobs. This is how we pick where we worship. This is how we pick how we worship. This is how we pick everything in our life. Peace over everything. If it's not adding peace to our life, we have to have a reevaluation and figure out how we can bring the peace back.
Right.
And if there's no peace when I get home, we need to have a conversation. Hey, there's no peace when we get home. How can we fix this?
Okay, so as a married man, what advice could you give single men about establishing like peace, or establishing like their ADHD and finding out and all that stuff like that? Well, married men too, but I know that if men that are single can figure it out now, their dating relationships would be better. So you have any advice, anything like that? And then we'll go to our questions.
Don't start something you can't finish.
Go ahead.
Your button ain't working today.
It's not. I'm not pressing it.
Don't start something you can't finish. Specifically meaning if you have been taking this woman on dates from the time that you started to the time that you got engaged, she's still going to be expecting those exact same dates when you get married. It doesn't end when you say I do. It
Right.
does not end when you say I do. So what you start in the beginning, make sure you can keep that up. What you start in the beginning, make sure you can keep that up. And it's vice versa for women. What you start in the beginning, make sure you can keep that up.
Yeah, this guy at my it was a singles like thing, and they were married for like 55 years or something. And she said, if you look good at the beginning, she said, keep it. She's like, one thing that I did is I always exercise even after I had my child. And she was like, because that is what he fell in love with. He didn't fall in love with, the big woman, you know what I'm saying, that you became. So if you want to keep your husband, you gotta stay in shape. You know what I mean? And he was just like, well, if you want to keep your wife, you got to keep dating her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll fall in love every week. Because he was like, like with them, they did it every 2 weeks. And it was something for them to like get, and he was like, he fell in love with her every time he saw her get dressed and he took her out or whatever. And it was just like, it was something that helped them even through the kids. He was like, bump the kids. We going out and having fun. So they would still dance and all like that. And they both look really good for their ages, but they're like married for like 55, 60 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. I've seen someone say that been in a long marriage.
Definitely. Because at the end of the day, like we're about to be 8 in October. Yeah, we'll be 8 in October. Even with that, if you know scripture, the number of 7 is completion. So this being our year 8, this is finding the new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever talk to somebody who had 20 years, 50 years, so on and so forth, ask them what they say the hardest year of marriage is. And they will always say number 7. Because that's where you feel like you're completed. That's when you feel like, I know you by now. You know me by now. How can we reinvent this? And so when you get to year 8, now it's time to reinvent yourself, fall in love all over again, and figure out who you are at this stage in marriage. And the only way to do that is to continue dating or continue doing what you did in the beginning.
Okay, you ready? Yep. So we have some questions for you. Some questions.
Let's go.
All right. So, question number 1. What's one emotion you struggle to express and why? Yeah, these deep.
What is emotion that I struggle to express?
Express.
Besides just natural feeling, I'm gonna just say natural feeling. I'll bottle up real quick. I will bottle up real quick.
So basically, you have a problem expressing yourself.
I will put the cap on and shut down real quick. If it's not benefiting me, if it's not helping me, it's going to be closed up. And that's not necessarily healthy because at the end of the day, it'll get full and then this cap eventually has to pop. And then that's where the explosions come from. So yeah, that was a struggle. That's always been a struggle. It's still a struggle. I'm getting better at it. Still a struggle.
Okay. What's a belief you had about women or relationships that has changed as you've grown? And your wife is watching.
I know.
Tread lightly.
I told her this last night. I had the thought that women had to be with the Michael B. Jordans. They had to be with the standard. And I couldn't understand how women can see the standard and then go be with the Kevin Harts or the Cedric the Entertainers or oh no, it's okay. Yeah, the Kevin Harts or the Cedric the Entertainers. When you have a standard right here, this is what everybody praises. This is what you see on TV. But then they'll go for somebody that's completely different, or a teddy bear, or something like that. And so I think it's for women. I've learned it's not about the look; it's about the companionship, how they feel when they're around you. Yeah.
Okay. What's something that men need to stop lying to themselves about? Oh, your wife put the eyes too. She. Yeah, but what's something that men need to stop lying to themselves about?
You don't have it all figured out, and it's okay. You don't have it all figured out. We're trying to learn this thing one day at a time. That's okay.
All right. What advice would you give a younger version of yourself about love, life, or manhood?
Take your time. Don't rush. Take your time. I feel like when I was younger, I had 3 goals. All right. And I made these goals in 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
So I stuck to the standard of those goals. Number 1, be a producer. Number 2, find a wife. Number 3, get a house. Those are the 3 standards. I ended up becoming a producer. And then I was focused on number 2 after I became a producer.
Right.
I became a producer probably like right after high school. So now I'm on number 2. I don't care if you're just dating just to date. I'm dating for marriage. And this is going from like 18 on up to 27. I got married when I was 27. So this is 18 on up to 27. Almost 10 years. I'm trying to be serious in relationships when some people aren't trying to be serious. Some people don't even think about if it's supposed to be serious or not, when really I should have been taking my time getting to know who I was.
Right. Okay. What does accountability look like for you?
Looking at myself before I blame someone else. Looking at myself before I blame somebody else. We always want to blame the other person for it to be their fault. We have to look at the situation from their eyes and be like, okay, what did I do? Where was I at fault in this relationship? Because we never want to look internally. We always want to look outward. Well, she said this to me, so I don't like her for that. What made her say that to me?
Right.
So yeah.
If you could say one thing to women who are watching who want to understand men better, what would it be?
Take the time to listen. Take the time to listen. And then make sure they're in a comfortable place to be open. Because if they're not in a place to be open, they won't talk.
Right.
They have to feel at peace to talk to you. And then when they do talk to you, don't make them feel like everybody else makes them feel.
Right.
Like just because they're a man, they're not supposed to have this emotion. Make them feel, because that means you can be his safe space. And if you become his safe space, he'll never leave. He will never leave.
Okay. Got any more questions? Is that it?
But that's all the questions on the paper. But like, I did have a question
Okay.
like during the discussion about just ADHD just in general, because like I had mentioned, like all the traits of ADHD, like I know like people that have those. So is there like a certain number of traits or symptoms, quote unquote, that people would have to show in order
for them to get diagnosed.
Because again, like what it sounds like is everybody has some type of, like how they throw the word narcissist around or whatever, but like people can have those traits and not necessarily be a narcissist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, like you named like a lot of things that a lot of people that I know like show, but I can't necessarily. Oh, you got ADHD. Like so. How
if it's something that they don't understand why they do it, then yeah, I would say, hey, you might need to get some help or get diagnosed for this.
Yeah.
But if they're functioning fine and they ain't got no problems with the way that they operate, let them live. Because I think because there's so like a big insurgence, not everybody wants to learn that. It's like when you, and I hate to say the big C word, but it's like before anybody gets cancer, they don't want to know it. So they act like everything is fine. And then as soon as they know it, that's when it spirals.
Yeah. It's true.
Some people like to be in ignorance. Some people like to be oblivious.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
All right, y'all. So go ahead and let them know how they can. Oh, actually, let them know what you have going on, and then let them know how they can find you.
I have a single that is supposed to drop on the 20th. On the 20th of March. It's called Ghosted. This is basically a song about not just being ghosted in person, but it's a song about like you ghosting yourself or you ghosting what your purpose is. Because we can do that if we feel burned out about something, we can ghost ourselves or ghost our purpose. And then it's sitting here like, hey, I'm waiting on you. And you're just like, maybe don't. And then we still haven't gotten the thing that we wanted to get done. So I wrote that song. It's supposed to come out. It's a different genre than what I'm used to doing.
Okay.
It's a blend between rock and R&B. So yeah, but it's like old school rock, like Fall Out Boy type, kind of like 2003 era. I feel like in 2003 they had the best rock music.
Yeah, early 2000s. Yes,
I don't care if anybody says 2003 was the best when it came to rock music. You had Yellow Card, you had My Chemical Romance, you had Fall Out Boy. What's the other ones? There's so many.
Like Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Yeah.
2003 was the era.
I know me some Nickelback.
That was the era. So I just wanted to bring that era back in music. I feel like everything sounds the same now. Everything sounds the same. So, yeah, that's what I have going on. It's coming out March the 20th, and it's going to be a specific link. I'm doing sell before you stream. So it's going to be a Bandcamp link, and you pay what you think it's worth.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, you pay what you think it's worth. So if you think it's $30, please think it's $30. If you think it's $30,
$1 million.
Right. We received that. If you think it's $30 and you want to pay $30, you can pay $30. And then all the proceeds go instantly to me. Bandcamp don't make no money. So
like, nah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
We might need to do that one.
I had to put a little episode or two up there.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead, Bree. Like, oh no, my bad. Are you have anything else?
I have a business called SBZ Media. It's basically helping your brand find the specific niche that you're looking for. So we create content that is specific to your niche and make sure that it stays consistent on whatever platform you choose.
Okay. So where can they find you at?
You can find me for my music at Lyrically Untouched, formerly known as J Fresh Beast, but at Lyrically Untouched. And you can also find me on Instagram at SBZ Media LLC.
All right, Bree, let them know who you are when you do it.
I am Bree Badu. 1E, not 2. You can find me Bree_Badu on IG, and it's just Bree Badu on, Bree Badu on TikTok.
Are you related to the Badu?
No, but people be telling me that I look like her. Remember I was on the phone with you yesterday? I was on the phone with Toya yesterday, and this lady was like, she was like, anybody ever told you you look like Erica Badu? I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, the eyes, the skin tone, and all of that. Stop up. Well, yeah, I'm not related to her, but that's where the name comes from. It comes from like, 'cause people tell me like the eyes, like I said, they kind of resemble each other a little bit, and I can hold a little note, just a little small one.
Yeah, you should. That's definitely next Halloween. Just go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrap my head up, put all the like little rings and stuff on.
You just start singing.
Just don't bring the perfume. Just don't bring the perfume.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't need
Be
that.
all right.
But anyway, my name is Toya Victorious. You can call Toya V, and this is Toya Victorious. And I just wanted to let y'all know to please subscribe and follow on the Toya V Show on Logical Promotions Pod. Please visit www.logicalpromotionspod.com. We have a Mel's mental health page in case you want to find a therapist or a coach. And I just want to leave you with the statistics that over 100 men a day unalive themselves. They're 3 times more than females. That makes it about 36,000 plus a year. And it's time for us to talk about it. It's time for us that we give men the space to speak, to be understood, and to heal. And let's normalize men to say it's okay. And if anyone is struggling or in a crisis, please, in the United States, please call 988 or text 988. And we'll see you next Thursday at 8 right here on the Toya V Show. Bye. Logical Emotions is out. We are out. We are out. Bye.